Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my craft room. I am Daryl Walter of Pickled Peppers Creative Cafe at pickledpepperscreative.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today is Saturday, December 28th. Good morning, good morning. I am running just a couple of minutes behind, so I'm going to give a moment or two for everyone to catch up and find me in their news feed, and then we're going to get started creating. So good morning, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Super excited to be here this morning and creating with you live. I have missed you. I've missed you and I've missed being live with you. So I appreciate that you are here. While we're chatting, let's see if I can get my other device set up so that I can see my hands while we're creating. That's important. I need to see what I'm showing you, and you need for me to see that as well. So how are you? How are you? I hope that you are having a fantastic week. I've had, for the most part, a really laid back week, and that's exciting for me. So I don't get to do that a whole lot. I am busy quite a bit. So let me know how you are. Chat with me in the comments below. I love when you chat with me. Leave a comment. If you have a question, leave a question, and I'll make sure that I answer it. Today, I will respond and chat with you as well. I will let you know that I don't always see the comments as they come across while we're creating for various reasons, but I will make sure to go back and comment and chat with you, answer any questions that you may have. So today's project, we're actually going to be doing a fun fold. I got inspiration from Pinterest, and we have done something similar in the past, but this is super easy peasy. It's a fun fold. I think it's super cute, and we're going to use some fun products that I had hoped to introduce to you along the way, and I never got a chance to, so we're going to be seeing them today. Oh, I see my friends are popping on. Good morning, Marie. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Julie. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, thank you. So I am a little raspy. I apologize for that. I have no explanation for it. I feel perfectly fine. To be honest, I sleep with a fan, and the fan is pointed right in my face. So I think that's the problem. But so I hope that you're able to hear me well. I can tell that I'm a little bit scratchy. Anyways, so the product that we're going to be using today is something that I did use in one of my retreats in the past. So some of you may be familiar with them, but we are actually making a little bit of a different project with it today. So that should be super fun. If you have these products, then it will give you additional ways to use them. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Good morning, Beth. Welcome. I'm super excited that you guys are here today. Can you guys believe that we're almost into 2025? It sounds so futuristic. I don't know. 2025. It's weird for me to say, but we're almost to the new year, and lots of new stuff happening in the new year. We have Celebration coming up. Celebration is a campaign that you get to choose free product from a brochure just for shopping. And so that's coming up in the new year. New classes coming up in the new year. Lots of new stuff in 2025. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, talk about what we're going to be using today. For those of you that are familiar, this is called Frames and Flowers. So this is called the Frames and Flowers 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. And the reason they call it that, here, let's do this a little bit and the opposite of what I was going to do. We have a full pack here, so I want to show you what the full pack looks like as well. But you can see that I have a partial pack. I've actually used 1.5 packs, but I do have a full pack. Anyways, the reason that it is specialty is because there are lots of die cut flowers and frames within this pack of paper. So let's, oh, Julie, you're so sweet. Thank you. I'm excited. You guys actually keep me creative. And so when you're here and you show up for me, you inspire me to keep creating. So you guys are special to me. So thank you for that. That's super sweet. All right, so you get a ton of, and I'm sure there are extras in here, and I'll show you in the catalog as well, but you get a whole ton of frames and flower die cuts to punch out. I will warn you, if you have not seen this before, they do fall out kind of easily, so they're easy to pop out when you need them. If you noticed, I punched all of mine out and I put them in a little, I think it is, oh no, I put them in a 6x9 cello, and that way I can keep up with all of the little pieces because there are little flowers that are there as well. I don't think this one belongs here, but we're not going to use a lot of them today. Today's project is going to be super easy peasy, so let's put these back in. I just wanted to give you an idea of what is included in the designer series paper. And so you can make lots of cards. You can use these on scrapbook pages. And look, you don't have to do a lot of work. The work is already done for you. You punch the die cuts out and then use them as you see fit. All right, so I told you that we're doing a fun fold today. It is called a diagonal gatefold. And we've done something similar, but this one is super easy, so I think that you'll be able to recreate it without much fuss at all. So, oh, I wanted to show you also, if you are interested and you don't have this and you'd like to purchase it, it is in the annual, our current annual catalog. So this is the cover of our annual catalog. And on pages 28 and 29, can you see that well? I should probably have turned on another light here. But here's some examples of what you can do with that. And then actually here on page 29, it shows you all of the die cuts that you get with this designer series paper pack. So super fun. All right, let's put that aside. And to show you how really simple this is going to be, we're actually only using 2 pieces of cardstock. So I have Lost Lagoon here and I have the regular basic white. So we'll need both. Let me pull in the paper trimmer. And let's get started. So we'll start with cutting the Lost Lagoon. We need a card base, so I have an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. We're going to cut it in half. So I'm going to cut it at, well, let's cut it this way. We'll cut it at 5.5 first. So did you guys have a good Christmas? Did everyone have a good Christmas? Let me know in the comments below how your Christmas was. And then we're going to cut it in half again. So we have a half sheet that is 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to cut it to 4.25. So you'll actually get 2 card bases from 1 sheet of cardstock. So we're going to put this one aside for later. And we'll put this one aside for now. And then we need another piece that's 3.25 by 3.25. So we're going to go ahead and cut this down. So this is why normally, If we were using just a quarter sheet, you might get 4 pieces out of it, but we do need an additional piece of cardstock. So we're going to cut that as well. All right, and then what we have left over, we'll just set aside. We can use them for projects in the future. Oh, we need to cut white. My Christmas was really laid back. My husband and I had coffee together and we watched football all day. So that was kind of fun. All right, so for the basic white, we need a piece of cardstock that is 5. So let's cut the 5 by 3 3/4. So we'll cut this down to 5. That preserves the largest portion of the cardstock. And then 3 3/4 of an inch. So we don't have, I don't think we have any weird cuts today, like 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch. I think we're good with that. And then the last thing we need is an entire piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper. So let's go ahead. Here's my extra scrap. We'll get that out of the way in a minute. Oh, I have some transparent adhesive backed gems we may or may not use. Those are on reserve. Okay, so the piece we need is 5 1/4 by 12. And I like this. Let's use this one. Oh, wow. Here's the reverse side of it. I should have shown you the reverse sides of the designer series paper because you do have 12 by 12 pieces there. So there are patterns on the reverse side as well. I like this there, like little flowers. Very cute. Okay, we're going to use that. Also, if you guys didn't know, in the future, I'll let you know how we can use the cardboard that backs your designer series paper when it comes. Don't throw these away. This is a good piece of chipboard. All right, let's make a little bit of room. Oh, you had to cancel your Christmas trip. The weather, I think, was iffy, and it was kind of here in Michigan. I live in Lansing, for those of you that may not know. I live in Lansing, Michigan. So, yeah, we had some icy weather for a little bit. I think it was icy, and then today we're expected to be in the low 50s, which is wild. I think it's wild. But if you live in Michigan, you are not surprised at the wild weather. We get this quite a bit. By the way, do you guys have your cups with you? I have one of my favorite Bubba cups, and as you might imagine, it's filled with coffee. Tell me what you're drinking. Beth, I'm glad that you had a good Christmas. All right, so we're going to cut a piece of designer series paper. It needs to be 5 1/4 by 12. If your designer series paper is directional, like this is, there is an apparent top. So there is definitely a top and a bottom. We can see that our flowers and greenery, our foliage is going up. So this is the top. So you're going to want to cut it in a landscape mode. So I'm going to make sure that I'm cutting across. And we're going to cut it to 5 1/4. And then we'll cut all the way across. So you will actually get two cards from one piece of designer series paper. All right, we do need to do a little bit of scoring, and it is going to be really simple as well. We're going to score each side at 2 inches and 4 inches. So super easy, right? Let's make a 2-inch score line. Yeah, so anyways, I had a day full of football, and it was fun. It was really nice. Kind of strange not to have little kids running around, but I'm getting used to it. And then we'll score again at 4 inches. If you don't have Stampin' Up! Stampin' Trimmer, you need one. Ask Santa for a late Christmas gift. You'll love it. It scores and cuts, so it's pretty awesome. I like it a lot. I have a 12 by 12 scoreboard. I can't even tell you where it is in my craft room anymore. Actually, I think it's in my to-go bag for when I go, but so convenient to use the Stampin' Trimmer. Okay, 2 and then 4. Easy peasy. All right, now I truly think we're done with this, but as always, I'm going to keep it nearby because I can't be 100% sure. Let's grab our bone folder because we definitely need that. And then we're just gonna score, we're gonna burnish on the score lines. So the inside line on one of the ends, we'll fold it inward. And then you'll have some decisions to make. So the pattern that you want to see most of will be in the inside, I think. And then we'll just fold this back. I really like the flowers. So I'm hoping I'm scoring or burnishing this and folding it in a way that will let me see mostly flowers. But I do like the reverse side too. I think it complements it really good. All right. And we'll burnish this right down. I think I might have gotten it off just a little bit. There we go. And so this is what we have. Easy peasy, right? All right, so the next thing we're going to do is, before we do any stamping and decorating, is as you have this facing you, remember again, you'll want to know the orientation if your paper is directional. We're going to take all 4 of the corners and we're going to fold them. We will, let's get into the camera view here. We're going to fold these and make the edge of it meet the edge of our fold here. And so down we'll go. I'll show you closely. Let's open this one. Kind of challenging to see that pattern or see the edge of the fold, I should say, with the pattern. Oh, Marie, you're right. It's a fantastic pattern for spring, isn't it? Okay, let's turn this back around. I have to decide how to best position the paper for being right-handed. There we go. And we'll score that down. And actually, so I'm not sure. I think I'm going to tell you that I want to turn this over because the way it appears, I'm going to see less of the flowers. So I'm going to open this right back up. I'm going to turn it over and I am going to reverse the folds that I made. Let's see if we can get a little more of the flower showing. So it matters which side is facing inward. Do you see that? So let's try this. I'm going to fold these right over and I'll burnish them with my bone folder in a moment. The nice thing is that you have the capability of doing that, right? If you want to change your mind, you get to do that. Okay, yeah. There we go. So we're seeing more of the flowers, which is what I wanted to have happen. Let's turn this over. So remember, we're just going to fold the corner inward. Let's open this so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to fold the corner down and make it even with the edge of this fold here that we created. And then one more time here on the bottom. So now the next thing I'm going to do is bring in my Stampin' Seal Plus. because I am going to just tack each of the corners down here. So let's do that. All right, so before I do this though, let me show you. So here's our front. See that up close? And when we open it, this is what we have so far. All right, so let's go ahead and tack down our corners because I don't want them to move. And maybe you wouldn't have to do that, but I feel better kind of tacking them down. We'll have all four. There we go. All right, and then I'm just gonna give them a nice burnish. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is adhere this to our card base. So remember our card base, I have Lost Lagoon, it's 5 1/4 by 4, and we're gonna adhere this right down to it. So I'm gonna turn this over, and I wanna remember which way is up. Okay, so let's add some Stampin' Seal Plus to the back, and I'm gonna be a little bit generous with it. Add some in the center here, and we'll glue this right down to our card base. Let's make sure I'm in the camera nice here. Okay. I'm just making sure that I'm eyeballing. Uh-oh, I think that might be down. We'll let it go. It's a little further over, so this margin is a little larger than that one. Hard for me to see without sticking my head in the camera, the back of my head. All right, and then we'll decorate this first, and then we'll add it. All right, so let's pick some ephemera, and I have actually picked this frame for the front. So we're gonna glue it right down here, and we're gonna add it to the front after we stamp it. And actually it might be a little bit too big. So it's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. We're gonna cut it down to 3 by 3. Let's bring the trimmer in. Or we could, I promised we weren't gonna do any weird measurements. Yeah, so let's go ahead and make it 3 by 3. We'll see how it works. We need a backing for that die cut. All right, we'll move the trimmer out. And I pulled the arm right off. There we go. All right, let's see if we are doing good with this. Oh yeah, that will work. So this piece is going to be 3 by 3. It is Lost Lagoon, and we are eventually going to add it right here to the center of the front. And it is going to fit directly from end to end, but you want to make sure that your card is going to fit in an envelope. So the 3 1/4 was just a bit too large. All right, let's do a little bit of stamping. In terms of ink, I have brought in Lost Lagoon and then Black Memento. I think we're going to use the Lost Lagoon. And also in terms of a stamp set, I just nabbed a sentiment from the Latte Love. This is all about what I love, coffee. And this stamp set actually is on our last chance list, so it is retiring. It's going to be going away, and it is discounted. There's a pretty big discount I think I saw on it. So if you don't have this and you love this and you want this, it's a good time to get it. But that You're the Best Part of My Day, I wanted that sentiment. So that is what we're going to put here. So I've gone ahead and mounted it. Let's scooch this out of the way a little bit. And we have this frame. There's a center in it. And remember that we want it to be diagonal because we're making a diagonal gatefold. So we'll go ahead and add some ink. And then I think this is all of the stamping we're gonna do. So we don't have a lot of stamping. We're gonna stamp this right down in the center. Oh, that looks good. I'll show you up close. One moment, let's cover the ink because I love ink and it is my friend, but not always. Let's see. Okay, I think my fingers are kind of clean. That matches really good, doesn't it? All right, and let's go ahead and add this right to our center, or I mean, our mat, our 3x3 mat. And then we'll add it to the center of our card front. Let's see if I can get this even. There we go. All right, and then the other thing is when we add this to the front of our card, we're gonna make sure that we're only adding adhesive to half of it because we need to open the card, right? So I'm just gonna flip this over. I want it on the reverse side here, so I'm gonna flip it over, kind of position it, and it's going to give me a target for my adhesive. So let's add some adhesive, and then we'll flip it right back over and glue it right down in the center. Easy enough, right? All right, here's the front of our card, and it will open like this. Remember, it's a gatefold. We don't need a belly band or anything to keep it closed. That's another nice thing about this fold. All right, so let's slide this to the side for just a moment, and we're gonna decorate our inside. I didn't think about putting an inside sentiment. Hello there, let's catch up. Thanks so much. This one's on me. We could use that hello there, let's catch up. Let's do that. Hello there, let's catch up. So you're gonna add your sentiment to the inside. This is the best time to do it because if you make a mistake, you can always flip this piece over and start again. Or if you need to cut another piece, you have the freedom to do that without all of the fuss of trying to rip it out after you've done it. Very good. All right, so that is truly all of the stamping that we're going to be doing. All right, the next thing we need to do is we're going to doll this up a little bit, and I have all of this ephemera. Ephemera are little die cut shapes and pieces. So we have all of this. Remember it, you get a couple of sheets within the Designer Series paper pack, and I punched them out. So this is actually what I have left over from 2 whole packs. So I have a little bit more here than what you'll have. And I have some scraps of paper that I like to keep. I'm working on teeny tiny journals, and so I've been saving my scraps. Isn't this cute? Thank you, Marie. Very nice. So there are a lot of frames that you can use here. You see that? To show you a few. There are some corner frames. We could use that. No, that's not gonna fit. This one just happened to fall out, and it's calling my name, so I think we're gonna use it. But there are other, lots of die cuts here we could use. I kind of like that. We could put a few little flowers here. Do we like that? Do we think this looks good? Let's see if we have any more little flowers. We do. I'm sure there are tons of them there. I don't know. This might be too much. We may need only to go with one. but it's super cute. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. All right, we're just gonna do it. I like it. We're gonna make it happen. All right, let's see. Oh, yes, it is a fun fold, and it's super easy peasy, right? I'm gonna use some green glue, the multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm gonna use that to stick our die cuts right down. So we're just gonna dress this up. There's not a lot of room on the cover to add die cuts. There is, however, the pattern there is really busy, so I'm thinking you wouldn't want to do that. We'll just stick this down. We'll do the same with these little ones. Add some liquid glue to the reverse side here. And we'll stick this right down to the bottom. And we'll add, I don't know if we'll put both flowers. We'll add one or two. Do we want both? Yeah, let's use both. You guys, there are so many die cuts in this pack. So I think that you can afford to be generous with them. And like I said, if you're a scrapbooker, you can use these on your scrapbook pages as well. All right, hey, I'm liking this. Is this cute or what? Very dressed up, isn't it? I love it. All right. So yeah, lots of pieces for you to play with within this pack. All right, so we just need to add this now to the center of our card. And then we'll add a couple of embellishments and we'll be done. All righty. Stick this right down. Let's make sure I can make the border a little more even than I did on the base. There we go. Oh my gosh, these colors are so beautiful together. All right, so here we have it. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you, Marie. Isn't it cute and super simple to make, right? All right, so we're gonna add a couple of embellishments. Let's see if I have my take your pick tool. Oh, I don't. Oh, yes, I do. I was gonna say, I thought I brought it up. And then I think I'm gonna grab these, well, let's see, we could get away with this. This looks like the center of the flowers. We'll just add a couple, and I think I would do my normal, which is 2-in-1. There we go. All right, here's our finished card. It is called a diamond gatefold. It's super easy. You use up some of your pattern designer series paper with it. It's super cute. The fold is fun, and we got to use very pretty ephemera on the inside. Isn't that cute? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And you could maybe even, I'm not sure that you would want to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure that you would want to take away, but you could probably add flowers to the front of it. You could do that. Let's see. See if we can find a couple of flowers that are the same size. And let's see, we'll add a little bit of glue and then we'll call it done. There's 1 and 2. There's so many little flowers in that designer series paper pack that I am okay with being generous with them. All right. One more look at our finished card. Super fun. Super fun. So let's talk about what we used. Again, if you love, you guys, I am so serious. So I have some paper scraps in here, but most of this is ephemera. It's like maybe a pack and a half worth, so you can see how much will come with that. And it's a 12 by 12, so you get both 12 by 12 pieces of designer series paper and the ephemera. So it's the frames and flowers, 12 by 12. So we use that. For the sentiment, we used the Latte Love stamp set. Once again, this is last chance, so this is retiring. It is going to be going away. If you didn't get or haven't had a chance to pop over to the online store and see what's in clearance there and what's going away, there's a lot of discounted stuff there still, so it's worth taking a look at. But if you love this, remember this is going to be going away. But we nabbed 2 sentiments, so You're the Best Part of My Day, we used that one, and then the Hello, Let's Catch Up. Or Hello There, Let's Catch Up. And then we used Lost Lagoon, and we never got around to the memento, so we used the Lost Lagoon, and we added an embellishment. And actually, I didn't check to see if these are still in stock, but they're the transparent adhesive back dots. So we use those as well. So you guys, we actually had a project today that used stamps, inks, and paper, and you didn't need a lot of anything else except for your cutting tools and some adhesive. So, all right. Well, if you guys love this, make sure to give a thumbs up or a heart or whatever you'd like to give. If you're watching me on YouTube, I would really like it if you gave a thumbs up. Hit that like button and the subscribe. That helps me a lot, and I would be eternally grateful to you for that, for whatever you'd like to give. So thank you guys so much for allowing me into your space today. Hey, make this card. It's super easy peasy. You can use stuff that you have in your craft room already. But if you really love the Specialty Designer Series paper pack that we used today, you can order that as well. I mean, lots of fun embellishments that you can use, frames and flowers for scrapbooking and for card making. You just add stamps and ink and you're all set. All right, you guys, I am super excited to say that I'm going to be here with you live next week as well. So I'm looking forward to it. We are headed into another holiday, so I hope that your weekends are filled with craftiness. I hope you have the best new year ever. Oh, yeah, you're right, Julie. Thank you for that. There are such good deals in the clearance section, so take a look at that. Thank you for that, Julie. Yes, yes, and yes. But have a wonderful new year. I hope that it's filled with crafting, so get that in if you can. Happy 2025, you guys. I will see you next week. I can't wait to see you. Have a good one. Bye-bye now.